Coming from the Associated Press, Musk appears at White House defending Doge's work, but acknowledges mistakes. Let's just continue, okay? That's what they want to call it. That's what they want to call it. President Donald Trump's most powerful advisor. Powerful advisor? You mean his boss? His supervisor? The person he got to check in with? Okay. Elon Musk made a rare public appearance at the White House on Tuesday to defend the swift and extensive cuts he's pushing across the federal government while acknowledging there have been mistakes and will be more. Bruh, this ain't Twitter. This ain't PayPal. This ain't SpaceX. We see what your mistakes result in. Absolutely not. You don't know what you're doing. This is why you bypass the electoral process, because you don't qualify. Neither does your puppet, but he's a dual puppet, okay? We know that you only have 50-50 custody, all right? The Heritage Foundation has him the other 50% of the time. Musk stood next to the Resolute desk with his young son as Trump praised Musk's work with the Department of Government Efficiency, saying they found shocking evidence of wasteful spending. The Republican president signed an executive order to expand Musk's influence and continue downsizing the federal workforce. Musk knows he got the right one in Trump because Trump doesn't know what the truth is. Trump lies like he breathes. It's natural. His color is unnatural, but lying to him is natural. It's easy, breezy, beautiful, tangerine tyrant. Despite concerns that he's amassing unaccountable power with little transparency, there's no transparency, okay? None whatsoever. We know where he's been because he talks about it after he's been there. Or there's a lovely whistleblower who will speak up anonymously. There's no transparency. But let's get some transparency in reporting, okay? Musk described himself as an open book as he took questions from reporters for the first time since joining the Trump administration as a special government employee. He joked that the scrutiny over his sprawling influence over federal agencies was like a daily proctology exam. Trump is essentially, with a Sharpie and executive orders, giving Elon Musk all of the powers that Trump thinks that he has as POTUS. And keep in mind, we're getting close to a full month of this administration. And this is the first time Musk has answered questions. And, well, he's taken questions, that he's shown up for questions. Answering them, He answered something. He answered something. He also claimed that Doge's work was being shared on its website and on X, the social media platform owned by Musk. However, the Doge website has no information, and the posting on X often lack many details, including which programs are being cut and where the organization has access. First of all, no audits have occurred. So what are you sharing? Saying that something is criminal. Because I would love to see where these reports are that all of the MAGA sycophants keep saying that they're reading on a daily basis. The White House has also been moving to limit independent oversight. The Inspector General for the U.S. Agency for International Development was fired a day after warning that it had become nearly impossible to monitor $8.2 billion in humanitarian funds after Doge began dismantling the agency. But they're saying that there's corruption, but they're removing the safeguards to ensure there's no increased corruption and no corruption in the future. You know, some of us are smarter than a third grader. Musk defended Doge's work as common sense and not draconian or radical. Common sense is relative to who you around. What's common to those around you? This is not a universal thing. you cannot rule and run everything based on common sense. The people voted for majority government reform, and that's what the people are going to get, he said. That's what democracy is all about. Bruh, you don't want democracy. You want apartheid. And you want apartheid with a twist. Musk acknowledged in response to a question about false statements that the U.S. was spending $50 million on condoms for Gaza that some of the claims he made about government programs have been wrong. Well, that was Trump who made that assumption, but we know Trump is a liar, and Trump lies to Musk, Musk lies to Trump. They spew each other's lies. They carry it on their wings and just fly like a bird off into the sunset. It's what they love to do. They don't like to tell the truth. And they'll tell whatever lie to cover up, will think that they're covering up whatever they're doing. Some of the things that I say will be incorrect and should be corrected, so nobody can bat 1,000, he said. He promised that he would act quickly to correct errors and acknowledge that Doge could be making errors as well. You can't be the all-encompassing authority for what to cut, how to cut, and what corruption is when you are not taking the time to fact check yourself before speaking out. And you don't want people to correct you, because the moment that they do, all you do is spew excuses or have Trump run over to the DOJ and have them threaten anybody who's willing to correct you. See, a soundbite doesn't negate the truth. We're moving fast, so we will make mistakes, but we'll also fix the mistakes very quickly, Musk said. How about you slow down? Slow down. Get to know things. Get to know how things work. Stop trying to do things at the speed of light. This is not a dash, okay? This is a marathon. It's a marathon that's also a relay. It's meant to be continual. You can start the process and let somebody else finish it. See, when you turn politics into a pat on the back-a-thon, you've set the plot on fire. He said there are some people in the federal bureaucracy, but they need to be accountable. Musk described the workforce as an unelected fourth branch that had more power than any elected representative. Yeah, just let that sink in. The executive order signed by Trump said a Doge representative will need to approve almost all new hiring, a dramatic consolidation of personnel management across the federal government. Yes, you heard that right. Musk said what the people don't want, and him and Trump just delivered the people what they don't want. This is what you voted for. Are you winning yet? Are you winning? Tell me how you feel about that winning.